Hi, welcome to Carrie Creates Cards. Today I'm going to create a simple but beautiful card using the Lavinia Stamps, some Distress Oxide inks and a stencil. I hope you enjoy watching. Please like and subscribe. Today I'm going to be working with the Oxide inks, the Lavinia Stamps and this little stencil. And I'm going to be working on a 5x7 card base, and I've cut this little piece down. It's a heavyweight cardstock, a white linen, and it's about an A6 size. So I want it a good bit smaller than the background, and you'll see why in a moment. I'm going to come in with this bit of tape. Just move those, and I want to just stick this down for a while I work on it. So I'm just going to double it over like that and pop a piece there and pop another piece there. So I'm going to just pop that down evenly onto the card base. And the colour I'm using there, Distress Oxides. I've spiced Marmalade, I've Seedless Preserves, and I've broken China. So I'm just going to come in now with my stencil, and I'm going to do the background of my card. I'm going to start here with the spiced Marmalade. Just ink up my brush. And I'm working on both the back, the card base, we'll say, and the card itself. So next I'm going to come in with some of the Seedless Preserves. Just going to pop some of that down there. And just try to blend it in. So because this stencil is small, I'm going to have to move it, and I'm going to wipe it off in between. I'm going to start from the other end, and I'm going to pop some more of the spice Marmalade down, I think, at this end. Love these Oxide inks. Love that chalkiness to the colour. Next I'm going to come in with my broken China. Just wipe that off again. Get some of my ink onto my brush. I'm just going to pop that down there in the centre. It's a little stencil that I got one time on a magazine, and I just think it's a beautiful design that's on it. Yeah, and I think that's enough. Just going to place my lids back on there. And these inks, they're a great investment because they last forever, and there's so much that you can do with them. You can use them in so many different projects. Now I'm going to remove this from the card base. I just want to clean my hands. because I don't want to destroy it. So hopefully it'll lift off okay. Yeah, that's fine. I may as well leave the sticky bit on it for now. I'm going to come in with my stamping platform. And I'm popping that into, I mightn't go in the corner actually, I might. Because the tape is on the back of it, I can just pop it there wherever I want. Now next I'm coming in with this beautiful stamp by Lavinia. And it's just called Fairytale. Haven't used this one before. And I've got this it's just a little seed head that I've had for a while as well. So I'm just going to see where I want to place this little fairy. I think maybe about there. Might come down a bit. Yeah, maybe about there. It's a good thing about these little images that come inside the stamps to show you what they look like, but you can use them as a reference and a guide as to where you want to place your stamp. Oh, I'll just pick that up. And for a change, I'm going to use the VersaFine Clair Monarch. It's a nice deep purple colour. So I link my fairy up. Now she is a new stamp, so hopefully she'll stamp well, but I may need to do it more than once. As I've said before, sometimes the new stamps, they kind of need to be broken in. Yeah. It's missed in places. That may not be the stamp. That may have been me. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rub that off, because I should have done that to begin with. Because these silicone stamps sometimes have a bit of a layer when they're new. So I find if you give them a bit of a rub, it helps take off any residue. And we'll ink it up again. So I just removed the glass mat from behind, as I think it may have been causing a bit of a problem. I'm just going to ink that up once more now. And I think we're nearly there. Yeah, that's fine. Those couple of bits, I can sort them. Now, as you can see, where the Oxide inks are, that VersaFine Clair doesn't really stamp on that, but it's okay. Not a problem for me. So I'm just going to wipe that off. And remove it. So I'm coming back in now with my card base. And I've got these on the back. Just going to remove them. And I think I might just come in with the little seed head And I'm popping that down there. I'm just going to ink it up. And just sort of place it as though it's flying off in the distance. I have a smaller one of these little seed heads somewhere, but I couldn't find it. But not to worry. Now what I'm going to do here as well, just pop that down momentarily. And I'm going to kind of do a bit on both bits of card. Yeah, happy with that. It's a nice, quick, simple, easy little card, but it looks very pretty, I think. So I'm going to come in now and I'm going to pop a bit of this double-sided tape onto the back of the card. And this really is why the heavy cardstock is important. I'm going to actually double layer that. Because if you use a lighter cardstock, when you pop it down, the edges of it won't hold its shape. With the heavy cardstock, it will. And it just makes a better finish overall. And there we go. Just remove the backing. And I'm going to pop a little bit of glue on there as well, a bit of wet glue. Just so that I can maneuver it if I need to on the card. So just stick a bit, that's fine. I'm going to bring this back in and I just want to get my placement right to line up the stamped image and the stenciling. And that bit of wet glue on the back is going to give me time to do that. Oops, I think that's about... There we go. Yeah, it's about right. So the last thing I'm going to do for this little card is I'm coming in with a little sentiment stamp. And it says, "Today is your special day." And I'm going to stamp it onto this piece of cardstock with the, excuse me, with the VersaFine Clair in Nocturne, which is just the black. I'm just going to ink that up. And I'm going to pop it down there. Lovely. And I'm going to fussy cut around that because I don't have a little die. So I'll just go ahead and do that. So what I did was I came in with the little stamp, cleaned it off, and I put it down on top. And I just, excuse me, I just drew around it with a pencil. So that gives me, I don't know if you can see it, a guide so that I can cut around it with my scissors. So there we are. Let's put the lid back on that ink. And it's not perfect, but it's not bad. It'll do the job. Just to even that up a little bit there, maybe. There. Anyway, we're going to come back in and we're going to pop that down. Just decide where I want it. Put it there, I guess. So I'm actually just going to pop a little bit of glue on the back of that because where I'm going to place it, it'll kind of be coming off of the edge, just there. Just bring it up a little piece, and I'm happy with that. So that's our finished card. As you can see, it's kind of sticks up from the double-sided foam tape, which gives it a nice finish. I'll just bring it in so that you can see it more close up. And I'm very pleased with how that turned out. Love the Lavinia stamp, it's beautiful. But I think I could add little bits to it. And I'm going to come in just with my white pen. And I'm just going to add a couple of little bits along here on those little seed heads. I think these little things just give it a nice finish, just adds to it. Makes it a bit more three-dimensional, I guess. And these ones up here, I'm just going to add a couple of little bits like that. I don't know if they show up much on the camera, but in real life you can see them. And finally, just a bit of sparkle for our fairy's wings. It's just this little water, kind of a glitter pen. I'm just going to come in, actually squeeze a bit off first. Now I'm just going to come in and paint a little bit onto the wings. And these little things really do make a difference. It's hard sometimes to see on the camera, but in real life, and when you, especially when you've got daylight shining on them, it just looks beautiful. So I'm going to see if you can pick up on that. I think you can see that there, but in real life, it's very beautiful. So I hope you've enjoyed watching, and if you have, please like and subscribe. And as always, thank you.